We're riding around trying to make sure we got enough.
What you're listening is Speak to the Mountain?
Yeah, by Seasons Collective. We could also do Eugenie Smith if we wanted to, which I love, but let's do this first. Hi, everybody. Hi, Miss Tisha. Hi, John. Seasons Collective Worship join. Hey, you know that song, don't you? Hi, Lena. Hi, Big Lady K. Prince Chick, I don't know if I have that white. Wee Marlene. Hey, Jazzy Bits, how you doing? Jazzy Bits is like our person with us. Yeah. Gosh, it's so good to see everybody. Absolutely. We're listening to Speak to the Mountain, and we're gonna have the people that are responsible for that on. What are you doing? I'm not sure what's.
I'm looking for Drea.
Drea or Jon Jon. Okay. Oh, great mountain, move out of my way. Oh, Jon Jon. Okay. Hey, Jon Jon. Move out of my way. Oh, great mountain, move out of my way.
We figured we sent them an invite.
So they're on their way.
Yes. Hey, what's up?
Hi, Richard.
Yes.
Nichols.
So we got, well, as soon as they come on, you can tell them a little bit about Jon Jon. We go way back.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, family.
Look at that gorgeous hair.
Hey, family. Hey, Big C. Hey, Mama Vicki.
Hey, what's up?
Good to see y'all.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes, I had to let the afro hang out this week.
That's right, honey. Let it flow.
Oh, my God. Over the top.
Well, I think you know the song we're playing.
Yes. Speak to the mountain.
That mix is righteous.
Thank you.
You know
Thank you.
Right. Right.
Thank you so much, Mama Vicki, Big C. Thank you.
Well, you guys, we have some really special guests, some people that we really, really love. What can I say about these two people? They are a power couple. They are geniuses. Jon Jon, I don't know how many instruments he plays, so we're going to find out in a minute. But your biography says, and I agree, that you've been hailed by many to be one of the country's most valuable musicians and producers. And I totally agree. Jon Jon is revered by industry professionals as well as music lovers for his ability to interpret and deliver complex rhythms. Now, let me tell you something else. This brother has helped me and saved me in many a situation musically. He's absolutely brilliant. And his gorgeous wife I've worked with, she can sing through the floor. And this ministry is powerful. I'm a living witness. We've stayed with them. We love them. We know their children. And we're here to help. We haven't helped as much as we want to on Season Collective yet, but we're here to help. And we just want to say hello to Jon Jon Tracks and Drea.
Hey, everybody.
Woo! How y'all doing?
Good. How y'all doing?
We doing good
out here in LA. I don't know how it is in Atlanta.
It's kind of cold here, so the weather is different.
Well, you guys are outside. You know, you're in the garden. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it.
They brought the outdoors in.
Yeah,
in the garden room.
You know, you guys are also very serious Christians, but I want people to listen to this impressive list of this Grammy award-winning man, Jon Jon Tracks. I'm just going to mention a few of the people he's worked with. Nelly, Nappy Roots, Kirk Franklin, Donnie McClurkin, Jay Holiday, Trinity 5-7, Ray J, Usher, Beyonce, Mary J. Blige, Michelle Williams, Brandy, Backstreet Boys, Rihanna, Shakira. I could go on forever. You guys are just amazing people, and we're so excited to talk to you. Oh my goodness. How are the kids, first of all?
The kids are amazing. We had a little crushing blow today. Their pet Jalen, she was a guinea pig. She passed away today, and they were devastated. So we have been working through that because they are absolutely animal lovers and just so compassionate. So
did not make it.
Today.
yes, and you would think it was a member of the family the way they cried today.
It is again. And you know, even on an even more serious note, we just learned about 30 minutes ago that Sydney Miller from BRE passed away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Sydney Miller, who started Black Radio Exclusive, which was revolutionary for the music industry. And then, of course, a mentor to my daughter and someone we knew very well, Andre Leon Talley, also passed away this week. So, you know, but I got to tell you,
folks, they know he
yeah,
was a editor at large at Vogue. Is that it?
Vogue for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah. And I just found out. I talked to a friend of his, and I'm pretty sure it's okay to say that he passed the COVID-related situation.
Oh, wow.
But you guys, we're still here, and we have yet much work to do.
Yes.
We're still here, and guess what? God is still here. And the good news that we have as believers is if God is in it, that means he's in control. So we have hope, expectation of future good, right?
That is so right.
Is this a quick, I guess you'll give us a quick update later, because I know she was studying for a divinity degree, and in terms of where she'll tell us.
I got all kinds of stuff I want to talk about, but Drea, let's just get out of the way. Claude only cares about the fact that you studied in ministry. So we're going to talk about some of that. But Drea, please tell this man when you graduated what happened, because he talks about it all the time.
So I've had 2 graduations since you all have met me. Well, actually 3. So I have an associate's in religious studies. I have a bachelor's in biblical studies. I have a master's in worship studies, and I'm working on a doctor of worship studies now. I probably have about 9 months left on this program. I just started my first thesis writing class, so I've gotten into thesis writing, and my topic was just approved last week, so I'm excited about that. I know what I'm going to write about. So it's the next 9 months of writing to define what my topic is. So I'm excited. In about a year, y'all are going to call me Dr. Dre.
Right.
Dr. White already, Dr. Dre, Dr. White. And she killing it, y'all. She is killing it.
I know, you guys.
Well, it was the master's, because when we were last time, you were working on your master's, so I think that's good. Now you're on your doctorate.
Now on my doctorate, yes.
I'm telling you, this is all Claude talks about. Whenever I mention you guys, we'll talk a little bit, but he'll say, you know, Drea, very educated and working under degree.
And I'm a proud husband. I'm a
thing to talk about worship or talk about the field of what religion is, and it's another thing to do the work, study it, or go a little deeper, even with a certificate, you know. So listen, I appreciate you talking about it. I worked hard for these, okay?
I didn't even know you could get a degree in that. You guys are kind of getting blurry for some reason, and I don't know why.
getting blurry, like the screen is.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It looks clear over here. I don't know.
Okay, so maybe, hey, you guys, does it all look blurry to you? Hi, Jim Henry. Let us know. Maybe it's just me and what I'm seeing.
Can I say this first? Can I say you guys look amazing?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, y'all look great.
Honey, I'm starting to wear creams and stuff. I never used to do that. But nowadays.
You got to work it. And this is my COVID beard.
It looks good on you, Big C. It looks really great.
COVID made me do this.
But Jon, I'm going to get to the things at hand that we wanted to talk about. Okay. For example, I was wondering, like, I remember you as this kid at Rodney Jerkins' house in the backyard running around doing technical stuff because it was either Brandy's birthday party or Whitney or something. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that, but I know we did work with Brandy together on her album one time. I remember that.
Yeah, this is a long time ago.
Yeah, it's some years ago, but I do remember me and Rodney was working on Brandy's project and a couple of projects for her at the time. But I was basically like I was an intern, not an intern, but like a producer that was a part of Rodney's team. So the Dark Child, yeah.
Right,
Dark
Dark
And
Child.
that's it.
Yes.
I know I met you guys at Calabasas. I came by the house.
Oh, you came by
out
the
there.
house in Calabasas.
Yes. I came. That's how we met.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then from there, we met in Nashville. We seen each other again in Nashville.
Okay.
It's with the label you started.
And
Yeah.
then somehow, because was I with Gospel Centric? With Gospel Centric, did we own Gospel Centric then, or did we were at Central Sound?
When I came to met you guys at the house, your home in California, yes. But then after that, shortly after that, we reunited at Central South in Nashville.
That's
Wow,
right.
that is so crazy. And then I was like, Jon Jon, we need your help with this project.
Yes, yeah, and we just created created a bond and working relationship. Yeah.
Yep. And then we had to hang out in the house and all that. We'll talk about that.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I mean, you're one of these geniuses. I'm realizing in gospel there are a lot. I mean, I don't want to make it seem like there's a lot, but the ones rising to the top happen to be kind of like geniuses. I mean, you play.
There's a reason.
There's a. You guys, if you think you can just go and play with some tracks and get on, that's not what's happening. These brother play. I mean, I know I see you play guitar and drums all the time.
Yeah, I started as a drummer and more of the rhythm section when I was a kid, and I dabbled into the keys. My parents are ministers and musicians. My father's a musician. He played drums in organ and keys. So I learned that from church from my parents, my parents, my dad, and so I just learned, and I started dabbling in everything after that.
Yeah, how old were you? 4 years old or something? When did you start?
Yes, I was 3. I started at 3 years old on drums. 3.
No one has done a scientific thing on this, but we have noticed the people we talk to, y'all start early at 4. I have my grandson in piano lessons and stuff.
Yes.
And he's doing keys and he's doing drums. His rhythm is incredible. And you can see him, he's playing all this weird stuff, but he's playing so serious. He's got all the facial movements and stuff down. He doesn't
he has half of it down then.
Yeah, he's got half of it down.
The performance part, he's got it down.
Right,
Yes.
right.
That's how it starts, though. You got a genius right there. That's how it starts, and then it just goes blocking.
That brother, he's playing. So we'll see, but he loves music, and he kind of communicates best with music.
Okay.
And he loves to sing all the time and all that. And I know I've talked to you about it before.
Yes, I can't wait to see what God does for him as he grows and
I can't wait either. But listen, let's talk about your daughter. Is it Kyra? Who was that sitting up there singing like that?
That's Kayla, that's our oldest daughter. Kayla.
And she's got a tone that's all her own. That little rasp tone in there, that's not either one of you. That is her.
Yes, she has her own thing.
Yeah, I heard that voice doing this thing, and I said, uh-oh.
And she's only 12. She's 12 years old.
Gosh, and I heard you working with her, so y'all are working with her, just letting her know.
Yeah, her voice is amazing. She can definitely clean up my notes now. So, as a mom, you're always happy when your kids are, you can see the gifts and they'll be better than you ever were, so that's always exciting. So
my gosh, that's crazy. So, but what I'm interested in, Jon Jon, is I don't know if this is the future, how it's going or what, but the people that are coming up now may have started in urban or pop like you did. I mean, you've worked with the Backstreet Boys. What was that country group that you worked with out of Nashville?
Sugarland. I worked with Christian versus Sugarland. Yes. Huge group.
But you guys come back to your love. I mean, we even have to talk about people like Kanye and stuff like that. You can't leave them out right now. No matter how you feeling about it, you really can't. And so, how do you guys do this? I mean, are you you still do both? Are you doing?
I still do a little bit of both, but my focus is really trying to create Christian content, faith-based content for consumers, because I really feel like it's super important, especially in this world we're living in. We definitely need Jesus. We definitely need more music that touches the heart of people. So I think that's something I think I thrive more best. I want to be a part of that, of touching people's hearts and changing lives through music, you know?
I mean, it's really something, and it warms my heart because so many people, you've worked with Usher. I mean, you pretty much worked with everybody. And still your heart is to do this. And like I said, with that mix I just heard.
That's just on the production and stuff like that. But you played with a whole bunch of other people, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, you played.
You worked with Erykah Badu and
Erykah Badu, Maxwell. I've done Maxwell's last tour, last couple of tours. I mean, list goes on. I've done state with Destiny's Child. I've done it for, I mean, so many people. I started my first tour was Michelle and Cello when I was like 20 years old. Yeah.
When you were how old?
20.
Oh, 20. Okay.
What happened to her? That's a wild one.
She's doing a lot of. She's into the own network. She's working with Oprah with, like, I think it's called Queen Sugar or some multiple different soundtracks. She's doing a lot of film and TV things.
Oh, and LaShondra just said, and it's true, Janelle Monáe, we can't forget that. Right. And that's what we want to know is, how do you go from, I mean, man, you went from Janelle Monáe to E. Dewey Smith, who's got, you guys, I don't know if you remember us having him on earlier.
Yeah.
What's that song I love so much?
Your presence is a gift.
It's a gift. Your presence is a gift.
That we wrote together. Me and my wife, we wrote that with some other writers.
You and your wife wrote that together. Wow.
Yes.
That song.
We wrote it. I think Natalie Lauren was a writer on there. Darius Polk.
Never would have made us, right?
Yeah. And then Jules.
Jules Bartholomew.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jules, our brother Jules.
Right.
Jules, okay.
Elvis, Black Elvis. It was 6 of us that wrote that song together. It was a great session.
That song, as soon as I heard it, I started crying. And it is, it's blowing up when a DJ, a hip-hop R&B DJ starts playing Your Presence is a Gift. Who's that? Nice? DJ Nice?
D-Nice.
What's his name?
D-Nice.
D-Nice. I said, now D-Nice is playing this song, honey.
And he was singing the song. He knew all the lyrics.
Do all the lyrics, man.
That song is so...
I think it's a timely song for now, especially. Yeah. You know, so many people have been in the house, and you can't really get in the presence of the people that you love as much as you used to. I know I saw my dad in August. I hadn't seen him for 2 years because of COVID, you know. Yeah. I've seen my mom and my sisters twice in the last 2 years, where I would normally see them every couple of months because of COVID. So I think the song is so timely because just thinking about your presence is a gift.
Yes.
You know, even though we don't have the presence of others, the presence of the one that counts, we get an opportunity to commune with him. And I hope as believers that we've taken advantage of this downtime where it really hasn't been downtime. We've been able to focus on God and the things that he's placed on our hearts.
Yeah.
That's right. That's so true.
Yeah, that really is true.
And another thing too, that we wrote that song maybe like, what was the year? 2015, 16?
I don't know, probably 6 years ago.
6 years ago. But
really?
You couldn't let me hear that song.
I'm sorry, Mama Vicky. I'm sorry. We have many more.
Listen, one thing we're not short on is tongues, okay?
But I'm saying it to say, just because you wrote something today, it might not work today, but it may work for the time in the future. You know? And I want to encourage somebody that's writing songs and songwriters, just because you wrote it today, don't mean it's not going to work. God is setting you up for something later on. So
that's a strong message. Word. But you're talking about COVID and everything, and this is a real serious subject. You guys are married.
Yes.
Kids. You work together. I know for Claude and I, it hasn't always been easy. And now with all these divorces, we've got Devon Franklin and what's her name?
Megan Good.
Megan Good, and you've got Kanye and Kim and Jay. Let's see, what's another one? Jason Momoa and what's his?
Yeah.
She's from Bill Cosby Show.
Bill Cosby Show?
Yeah.
What's her name?
I don't remember.
This is terrible. We'll get back to somebody. Remind me. Her daughter's famous. And everybody's famous. She was married to Lenny Kravitz. We'll remember.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Lisa Bonet.
Lisa
Bonet.
Bonet.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're all breaking up. I mean, so it's not just out there in the world, it's the church too. So
She said,
how are you keeping it going? And especially when people have been so close together in houses, they ain't making it.
Yeah.
Well, I think what's important is, in all honesty, Jon and I, we really like each other. Okay. So like some of my best laughs are with Jon and the girls. The girls are hilarious. So
Okay.
that's what I told somebody. I said, during COVID, I learned I really like my family. Like if it was just us, I could do this with this family that I have. Okay. So Jon and I, we really enjoy each other's company. We're friends first. And it doesn't mean that we don't have our ups and downs like everyone else does. But we manage expectations is one thing that I know that we do. Just because you have an expectation of someone does not mean that they have the desire or they're capable of fulfilling that expectation. So I think managing expectations, and listen, I live by therapy. Yeah. Jon and I have been going to marriage counseling for 10 years now. So 10 years, and we regularly see a scheduled session, see a counselor, talk about issues that we're dealing with, talk about issues that we may not feel that we can say, you know, all the way how we feel about things, and we want someone to mediate. Yeah. So it just gives us an opportunity to be sure that we're keeping the lines of communication open, and we're using the tools that we need. Because I know for me, the Jon story is a little different, but in my family, I can't give you 5 people that are married and stayed married. So for us, I'm creating legacy and something different from what I've seen. And I don't necessarily always have the tools. You know, you may have you may be well intended on doing the right thing. You just don't know how. Yeah, you just don't know how. And I think that's what a lot of people lack. You know, they may have the right mindset and the right heart, but you have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to get the tools and continue to do the work, because that's what marriage is. Any relationship worth keeping, you have to work. It's all work.
Girl, you said something so deep that you have to admit that you don't have all the tools. Right. You don't have all the answers. And that is so true. But Jon Jon, who wants to borrow $20 from you on the screen? Did you see that?
That's Marcus. Marcus from Houston. That's our friend from Houston. Marcus from Houston, Texas. Yeah. He's funny. What up, Marcus?
Marcus needs some money.
Marcus is an amazing manager. He's a manager that label down in Texas. He's doing really great things down there. He's a really
that's great. I mean, I was getting a little nervous when I was really winding down on Gospel Centric and all that. But I'm starting to be encouraged now with the music you're doing, Jonathan McReynolds. I mean, we've got Doe and even Maverick City, and I'm starting to hear new sound now, which is exciting. And the thing about you that I appreciate the most, Jon Jon tracks and Drea, is that you haven't forgotten our roots in gospel music. Because some people take it so far in the worship and praise, but they can't do the other thing like you did with Pastor Dewey. How do you know that? How are you able to keep those things going?
I think. Well, can I say this? Me sitting down, I can say this. Let me start by saying this. You, Mama Vicki, are really played an intricate part in like me, like, or even me start like us sitting in the studio, those many talks that you've had, like sitting talking. You say, Jon Jon, go, don't be afraid to try this. Don't be afraid of this. So I think that that state of my mind, like sitting down talking with you and my wife and different sitting down with people that I really care about. Don't be afraid. Just being creative with the artists, and like even if no matter the age, is really try to find an identity of a sound for that person. I think that's the key. And don't be afraid to try things in the studio, because when I'm in the sessions, I take those creative moments in time with the artists. Let's experiment and figure out how far we can go.
Right. Exactly.
I tell people, there's no rules to this.
Right.
There's no rules to creativity.
That's right.
So you have to don't be afraid. I think that's the main thing. Can't be afraid as you're working with an artist, no matter the age. It's just trying to see where it can go, and see, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You listen to it. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, let's bring it back down a little. Let's dumb it down a little bit. So
I think that's.
Somebody said, Vicki, Mack, come back.
Yeah, Vicki, that's the truth. No, Vicki, you helped me a lot. You really, a lot of talks with you. I mean, you inspire me, so I really appreciate you.
Well, and we need to get out there. We need to help a little bit more, Claude and I. We still need to talk
That's
about
the truth.
I don't know.
Listen, we'll welcome the help.
Yes, please.
Seasons will welcome the help.
Yes, we will.
I know. We gotta just call me and I'll be in some meetings or something. I don't know.
We'll make it happen, I promise.
Who's this talking about? Vicki, Mack, come back. I don't even know if it's the same though. The business is so different, right? What are the differences that you see? Tell us a little bit about that and what you're doing now.
To me, I think the difference is how music is kind of like the streaming and everything, especially now how we have virtual concerts. Everything is going digital. So I think that's making us to shift as creatives. We have to not just be creative, but we also is stretching us in a business realm to where we have to be creative. We're trying to find ways how we can connect with people. That's kind of and connect to the consumers and finding ways creatively how to get to them and how to get this music to them. It is not just audio, but all visually how we can make it fun to where everyone that you can see. That's why we created the garden room for Seasons. That's a part of it. We created garden room for Seasons so we can connect with those people that's watching in their living rooms or their cars or they just at their jobs. They take a lunch break. Hey, we can turn this on and watch a live concert. I think that's where everything is shifting to that more. That kind of thing. So
but I noticed something else that I didn't see. And tell me if I'm off, because you might not be into this, but you guys are really ministers. I saw Jon Jon up there saying, hello, hi, and exhorting the people. And then Drea was in there, and I'm like, are you called that way? I mean, am I really off?
Yeah, so I think the mission of what we do at Seasons Collective, we're going to do music because we can. We work with some of the best songwriters. We have some of the best producers, and John, our brother, Jordan. So we're going to do music because we can. And I believe John, he touched upon this earlier, but I think John is the best music producer out there that I know, period, hands down. Because you're welcome. I give a little compliment where I can. Because what he does seamlessly, just like you said, most people have their niche. Or most producers will create a sound and you may hear a song that they do with this artist and that artist. And you can hear that producer did it because they all sound similar. Right. What John knows how to do is carve out sounds that are unique to individuals, unique to artists, that don't sound like anything else he did is just yours, Right. So
that's right. That's right.
So what we do with music, we can do that effortlessly. But what the heart is behind Seasons Collective is worship and curriculum.
Yes.
We want to raise up worshipers. And so to me, that's Christian education. That's more than just a song. It's a great singer on every corner. It's a great singer in almost every church. It's beautiful singers everywhere you go. But worshipers with the heart for worship, who lives out worship in their lifestyle, in the way that they treat others, in the way that they go through life and being God-led. That's what we need more of. So that's the heart behind what we do is the Christian education and raising up worshipers that go beyond the stage.
Oh, gosh.
Right, because that was the question I was getting ready to ask is what's the concept behind Season Collective? And so you just answered it for me. Thank you.
And I think and also to add to that, it's super important as ministers and musicians and singers and songwriters that what we do as creatives, basically what we do is to create music, but not just create creatively, but what we do is to touch people and just really like kind of like try to touch people's hearts. But outside of that, it's just that's super important to me. Is that not just about what you playing, what you singing, but how you're affecting people around you. Even if it's in your local church or if it's in whatever you're doing it at, just as long as you doing it to the glory of God, that's what matters. And not just playing a note, but how when you don't take how can I say this? The notes that you play, don't just play them, but really play them and really like move yourself out of the way, and so God can really use your gift. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right, but that comes through true worship. See, true worship, it's just like the scripture in James where it says, if you abide in me and my word in you, you can ask at will. Well, people leave out the fact that scripture, if you are abiding in God, his will is your will. So true worship, it creates a communion with God to where when you step up on that stage, it's not your will, it's God's will, because you're that in tune. So that all encompasses being a true worshiper.
Yeah. I mean, I'm loving what I'm seeing, and there's so much talent within Seasons Collective. Yeah, I want to say it the other way around sometimes. Tell us about some of the artists. I mean, Drea's in there, so we got to start with Drea. I want to hear about some of the other artists in there because you've got some mighty singers in there.
Yeah.
So our first album had who, babe?
On our first album we have Joel Barnes, we had Jimmy Cravity,
Aaron Moses,
Lizzie, which is Wes Morgan's daughter. Lizzie started.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's
Katie
West, Tyler Richardson, Kennedy Richardson. So we had it was a group of a great, amazing artists that we all came together, and we brought together and wrote songs together, and creativity wise, it's fun.
That's the only thing I miss about not being in Nashville is not being able to come to you guys' place and be part of that creative process. I do miss.
The great thing I love about too, everybody has different backgrounds. Everybody comes from different places, and it's like and it's like, hey, we all come together. Like, it's a fun, different way of worshiping or being creative. So, but it's.
But you guys still didn't answer my question completely.
Which one?
Are you going into the traditional type of ministry as well with the church or anything?
Oh, no. God hasn't called us to a church yet.
Not yet. He didn't say it yet.
But when you think about the word pastor, it simply means shepherd. So I think we shepherd a lot of people, especially in the collective. We shepherd a lot of people. A lot of the artists are young artists, 19, 20, and things of that sort. They're just getting started. So I think in the terms of what the word pastor means, as in shepherd, I think we shepherd quite a few, but we have not been called to a local church to preach.
That's in my
Listen, thank God.
I have not been called to be a first lady.
Mentoring and supporting.
John says he's gonna be the first gentleman.
I'm the first gentleman because look here,
No, I was. In fact, I shared. I don't know who we were talking to, but I was sharing the same things. Just every time, just because. Let me put it this way: just because you have a zeal for the Lord, a zeal for the Lord does not mean a call to pastor.
Right.
So we got a lot of chat.
That's it right there.
You know what I'm saying? So, because, and I know a lot of people, when we were young, we had a thing called New Breed. We're going out, we were giving the devil hell, man. So, but we were New Breed. We're doing everything, casting out demons, the whole bit. And
Stop for a minute. John. One day, we were having church. This is when we were all young. And this group of guys, they called New Breeds, we went in the back of the church, and they thought they were casting the devil out of people, and they were smacking upside. I was like, oh my. This guy was cussing and everything. I bet you he stopped when they started laying hands on him.
When they slapped them.
We had a special ministry.
So everybody ain't called.
Right. Everybody is not called.
No.
Yes.
That's what I call. But basically, the brother was interrupting the service, and we said, "Hey, man,
This got
check him out." There's an old guy. He was in a wheelchair. That nigga's laughing. And he was cussing people, cussing. So we said, "Well, let's take him to the back." And so the brother wasn't trained. We had to completely train him.
Oh, yes, one guy was in training, and he was a
He
big guy
took him
too.
to the back. And so he was outside, and then we heard this sound like if somebody was running out of breath or being, choked or something.
Right.
What's going on back there? And so they wheeled it back in. He was very
Quiet after that.
he was,
Oh, wow.
amen, and everything.
I got that demon out.
I don't know what happened. But then when we went back to the senior citizen, because we brought him in from senior citizen home,
That was
and
terrible.
we thought that he said, "Man, we might get in trouble for this." We went back. Went back and asked the lady. She said, "I don't know what happened, but Mr. So he's been such a good guy. But he ain't ornery no more. He ain't this and that." We said, "Well, praise God."
It was good after that. But
They
it
laid
was
hands on that brother. They laid hands on him.
big old hands. Well,
Wow.
Well,
that's just
I don't-
one of our
But
little stories.
all
you're
I
not,
can
that's
say
not
is,
that's
I
not for
didn't
you.
see
You
it.
should be doing that.
Listen.
I didn't see
Sit
it.
down.
but I didn't see it.
Wrong.
All I did is I heard something. But anyway, my point is, just because you have a zeal for the Lord, not everybody who has a zeal for the Lord is called a pastor.
That's
And
so
so,
true.
but there's a lot of ways that you can, the Lord uses you in the body, in terms of fellowship and the things that you're doing to minister and edify the folks that are around you. And each of us have gifts in that way to edify and encourage each other.
Something else that I think is really
That's good.
great. Amen, Claude, on that.
Amen.
Is that you guys are so contemporary, relatable,
Yes.
and you guys are just so fashionable. And I love
you.
that. And I wanted to know what got you guys like that. And like I said, it's like kids can look at you guys and say, "Oh, I can be that. I want to look like that." I seriously, when you came on Jon Jon, I said, "Well, who's he gonna be today? What's he gonna look like?" You be looking like a lot of different people now. Tell us about your sense of fashion, some of your favorite designers, contemporary, what you've been doing in that area.
I haven't really, I find pieces online. I just go to the store and then my wife will grab, she'll see something, she'll say, "I like this," or I'm saying, "Oh, that looks kind of fly," It's something that catches my eye, and I say, "Okay, let me do that, something different." I don't like to keep standing the same thing. I got some formal, casual, chill stuff.
You come all kinds of ways. Do you guys buy clothes for each other?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Sometimes.
Sometimes we do.
And then we shop together a lot because we're a shopping family. We love clothes. The girls love clothes. So sometimes if you ask them, "What do you want to do on Saturday?" they'll say the mall. So,
they get at that age now. They want to go to the mall every Saturday. Almost seem like.
Yeah,
where's the great mall in Atlanta? Where's it called?
Lennox Mall.
Lennox Mall, but we've been going to Perimeter lately.
Yeah.
That's over. Lennox is over.
We saw that little clip.
We don't go to that mall.
Clip
We go north. We go further north.
Okay.
We saw a little clip on, I think it's YouTube or TikTok, about somebody at Lennox shopping at Lennox Mall, and he was crawling on the floor. He was crawling on the floor.
Yes, because they were having like a lot of robberies and stuff. We're like, it's not for us.
He said, crawling on the floor.
I don't mean anybody wrong, but that was funny. It was
But that's hilarious. That's
Hilarious.
But I get a lot of my fashion. I get some things from my wife because she got much better taste.
Well,
And I'm ask her, my favorite thing now is to see how cute I can look for the least amount of money. Like I really enjoy that. I put on an outfit and I feel like $1 million, and I'm like, I didn't spend but $100. Like I feel like I am winning in life when I'm able to do that.
Somebody said you guys are fashionable and fly. I can't see it.
Tisha, thank you, Tisha. That's our sister.
Oh, okay.
So since we talk fashion, let me just jump in with a Vicki question. For you, bro, Jon Jon. So, what's your favorite fragrance?
Oh yeah, that's my new thing. I gotten into fragrance.
My fragrance. Well, I have a few of them right now.
Oh, do they have names that you can say, or you got names you can't say?
I won't give you my top one, but I give you my like the second one.
Don't you, by the way, don't you hate when you meet somebody and you ask them, oh, well, what is that you're wearing? And they try to act like they don't want to tell you, but continue.
Well, I want my Tom Ford. It's called F.
Now you just said something I love to wear. That's Tom Ford is one of my favorites. Mason Francis.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'll give you this one Tribeca. That's it. Tribeca.
Huh?
Tribeca.
Oh, Tribeca.
Okay.
Okay, Tribeca. Okay.
Oh,
I'll text you.
Star?
Yep.
Baby, that stuff is expensive.
I love it.
I wear one fragrance, Flower Bomb by Victor Rolla.
Victor.
Okay.
Yeah.
One fragrance, and I have for
You
maybe.
have to have a whole show on
We're
fragrance.
going to do a whole thing on fragrance.
But I want to read a quote from you, Jon Jon, before I get messy, because I'm going to get messy.
I love it.
It says, I thank you, God, for creating the art of music, because I'm able to be myself and able to fulfill my purpose through this art form. Thank you to the one and true King, God the Father. I'm going harder than ever in 2022. That's a quote from Jon Jon Tracks. Tell us about how you're feeling, what's happening for 2022.
In 2022, this year, me saying that is that I want to work harder because I want to be better each year. I don't want to be complacent and being stuck in and being comfortable with what last year was, how it was. Even not just my creativity, but my family, my relationships, everything, and how I move. And this year I'm gonna be okay with it. Sometimes last year, I want to be okay with saying no sometimes, because sometimes I'll tend to say yes to almost 85% sometimes, but I'm this year I'm like, hey, I'm saying no, doing things differently, but I'm going to work harder. So, because for not just for myself, but my family and everyone around me, even my Seasons family, everyone around me. So I'm going to do much more this year.
And can I just add to that? I just feel like, to me, I read a quote somewhere. I think it was Jay-Z who said it. That he said, you don't define success by the dollar amount. Mm-hmm. What you're making, you define success by being able to wake up every single morning and use your God-given talent and your God-given gifts and give it to the world, right? Yeah. And
you're going
successful because since we've been married, every single day we wake up and we do exactly what it is that we want to do and contribute to the spaces of music and worship. And God has made it possible for us to be able to provide for ourselves and provide for our families by honoring him and honoring people, John, especially, like I said, he's one in the business that I know that has relationships in the music business that spans 20 some odd years, and so I think that just speaks to character. And so that's such a blessing in and of itself, to wake up every single day and only thing that you're striving for is what God has placed on your heart. You don't have to go work this job you don't want to work. You don't have to, that's a blessing.
Blessing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a blessing. And that's success.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But now I'm gonna get a little messy.
Okay.
Are you guys still in the same house in Atlanta?
No, we're not. We moved.
Where'd you move? Bigger, smaller?
Further north?
It's about the same size.
But we moved further north. Yeah.
Do you guys still have our bedroom?
Your bedroom is still ready with that comfortable bed.
Yes, you still have your bed. It's still there when you
It's not going anywhere. When you come,
there was going to be a problem if my comfortable bed was not there.
It is here.
You guys always have your room.
Like that.
You always have your space.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's one of the few houses where I'll stay at. People know I don't stay at people's houses. But I'm going to stay over there. We don't.
No, we don't.
We don't. But I got one more messy question.
Okay.
Who's the better cook, Jon Jon or Claude?
Jon has gotten very good at cooking. Listen, he has been a great help over the past few years. And I thank God for a husband that will cook or order the food for us. So I don't have to while I'm working on these degrees.
Bro, Claude is excellent at ordering food.
I would go out and get food.
But you don't have any of those Haitian dishes. I know you got a bunch of dishes.
Jon made us spaghetti on.
Well, you know, when appropriate, you know, you want to be able to throw it out. You know?
He's good at providing food.
That's amazing. And he's done that well.
He has done that so well. And what's so good is sometimes he'll go out and pick up food with us and bring flowers.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Still to this day, after 41 years.
Oh, listen, we're only 13 years in, and 41 years.
13 years in. Oh my goodness.
I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes from you. I've always taken notes from you.
Well, this is my one tip. Well, a couple of things. Two things. One. Yeah. Forgiveness is the bedrock of marriage.
Yes.
And something
I had to forgive him today.
It's the bedrock of marriage. And you have to exercise it. Put it that way. The other point that I'll do is say, and Vicki may have hers, not everything you think is true. Especially when it comes about your mate.
Yes.
And she did this. No, you don't need, that's not true necessarily. You just came up with something in your mind. And so I realized I have to cast that down and really figure out what's really going on. Instead of me surmising and say and it ain't true. So just because I think it doesn't make it true.
That's why you got to be slow to speak in a marriage. And I've learned that. I mean, I'm learning that. Because
I'm learning. Me too.
And sometimes I just have to stop and have whole conversations with myself.
Right.
That's good.
You know, and with the Holy Ghost overlooking, well, Vicki, well, but no, he didn't do this, but Vicki. And, you know, that's a Holy Ghost inspired, but I have to sit there because, you know, I used to, and I think I'm getting better, just want to flip out as soon as something wasn't the way I wanted to be, or as soon as he did something that was really wrong. I mean, it wasn't necessarily a big thing, but it wasn't good. No, I am not a Gemini, Jazzy Bit. As a matter of fact, my birthday's coming up next month, February 27th. So,
wow.
But I've had to really
get my act together.
Learn. Oh, well, yeah. You know, some birthdays and stuff, I don't want much of anything. But this birthday, I have once. I have once. I can't
you have lined up a few things.
Well, you know, I've gotten into this fragrance thing.
Your birthday's next to my mother, too. That's really good.
Your mother's
hers February 23rd. Yours 27. So
27.
Yeah, you got it.
Right. So yeah, I've gotten into this fragrance thing really heavy, and I don't know if I can get Bonded Nines Tribeca. That stuff is no joke. But I do like Greenwich Village by Bonded Nine. So I don't know. We'll see what happens in that way.
You have expensive taste.
She's dropping little jewels for you.
Everybody, all you guys listening to this?
She's leading along.
But you know what I do with Claude? Now this is just me. So I'm never disappointed. I give Claude a list of things I like for a birthday. And I give them in different price ranges, so he never has to feel like, oh, I got to get this and this costs too much. I'll go from high to low to in between of things that I like. And then he goes and shops just for those things. And I'm always so happy and everything because I know he wants to make me happy. And so I give him a list of things, you know, I mean, down to many times it doesn't cost anything at all.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I just want, lots of times. It hasn't been this year, though.
No, we negotiate. Like, this birthday, I'm cool. Don't worry about it.
My wife is simple, too. people think that, oh, no, my wife is.
People always think I'm like high maintenance and
No,
want all these grand things,
she's
and I'm
not
like,
at all.
Yeah. No.
I just look like it.
You look like it.
Well, honey, you look expensive. I mean, I'm not
I
mad.
just look expensive. I don't really ask for expensive things.
She's easy.
You
She's
look
easy.
like an art piece.
Yes.
I ain't mad.
Yes.
You know.
Before I thought the same before we got married. I said, okay, she gonna want this, want that, but she at all like I not even know before I met her. I was just looking at her, but I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, we start dating. I'm like, oh my God, simp, easy.
Yeah, the only holiday that I want something for is Mother's Day, and that's
you work
stretch
hard
marks
for Mother's Day.
later, a little bottom belly that I have. Like I think on that day I deserve.
Yeah.
I was in labor for 3 days with Kayla. Look, I deserve a gift on Mother's Day.
You were in labor for 3 days?
Oh my God.
3 days with Kayla, yes.
Yeah.
It's because of this.
Yes.
But I must say, those babies are beautiful, but those are Jon Jon's children. Now, they look like you a little bit. He's starting to look like you.
Triplets is what I call them.
Yeah, those are Jon Jon's
They
children.
look like their dad is so true.
Yes, but
I did all the hard work.
they got the beauty of you, but those are Jon Jon's children.
Yes.
Man.
So true.
Yeah, but girl, like sometimes I want something really kind of expensive. Like I wanted a very special purse. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Because some things I don't think you need to brag or talk about full. But I wanted this purse. He just went out and got it. But the negotiation was, I'm not going to ask for anything like that for another year or so.
Right.
Because it was that serious of a purse.
Right.
You
He's like, I want that.
The year is over.
John likes expensive gifts too. He wants say it, but the truth of the matter is his language is gifts, and he don't want any gifts. Don't bring him no
his love
cufflinks.
language
His
is
love language is gifts.
Give me.
Yeah, don't bring him no cufflinks. He want a gift.
You gonna tell people that? You gonna do that to me
babe.
right now?
It's okay.
Well, I know, man. Listen,
It's all good.
that's
It's
the
all
most
good.
important thing there is in a relationship is to know the love language of your partner.
Right.
Because you can be a guy that's got all this money and giving all these gifts, and what she wants is your time.
Just a little quality time.
Yeah, it's just different people, different ways. Somebody else wants encouragement.
So you getting that Tribeca. I'm trying to get me the latest MacBook. That's
Now that's my kind of
He
gift.
just got that too. He been all. Listen, he had Christmas on Christmas on Christmas.
I
The
really
gift
did.
that's still given.
So I'm looking for that kind of stuff. So we all want different.
Yeah, but we've
things.
gone many holidays with nothing. We just wanted to be together, and we just weren't feeling it. But I'm feeling it this year. But you guys, we're just.
Keep feeling it.
Sometimes you gotta go with what you feeling.
You have to.
I think I'm going through an age crisis. I think finally, I'm finally feeling like if I need to do some of these things now. If not now, when?
Right.
And so I'm like, I'm gonna go out there and get some of these things done. So I think I'm going through a little bit of that, but I want to know what's next for you guys and how we can be of help. We want to know where we can get Seasons Collective for those that don't have it, and E. Smith and whatever else. Tell us.
We just bought that.
Well, what's next for Seasons is we'll be doing. You can catch us still with our YouVersion partners. We'll continue to do curriculum for YouVersion and devotionals and that sort of thing. Seasons has about 3 albums just sitting, so we can release the album at will when we want to. So you never know, we might pop up on y'all and surprise y'all. And then we have a couple of artists that we've been working with and that we have signed with Seasons. So we'll probably release some new music with 2 or 3 artists this year as well.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Who's
We're
your
gonna
distribution?
We're gonna do something with our daughter too this year too.
Yes.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's all right.
Oh God! You got to let me help you with that one. I want to help on that one.
Come
Yes.
on, please.
Yes.
If I don't do another one, I want to work on that one.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We would love that.
We would love that. Yes, Vicki.
I'd love to do that. When you release it though, you need to release for the summer so she can go out, believing by then that the COVID stuff like that'll be over. But you need,
I need your help. We need your help.
You know my marketing.
Yeah, we're ready. I think Kayla's a no-brainer. She could be singing in every little creps and crevices of churches and in schools, Christian schools, and I mean, it's limitless, you know.
And that princess thing is so in now, and it's just like that was stuff.
Real quick question. So you're doing curriculums. Are the curriculums tied to any of the particular albums, or these are two independent?
So that's exactly what it is. So the curriculum, the devotionals. So like right now, our latest album is titled All for One. So if you go over to YouVersion right now, you can put in Seasons Collective, and you'll see Speak to the Mountain devotional. And each song from that album has a 2-day devotional. So you'll focus for 2 days. And so that's what we want to do. The music and the curriculum coincide. So it'll be easy to follow along. So you can turn on your worship music and you can study your word. You can take time with silence and solitude. You know, it's 5 worship disciplines, and reading scripture, praying the scripture is one. So
and we also want to do the curriculum part, that piece what she's saying, to actually break down the songs too, so people can get a more deeper understanding of what that is, and why we wrote the song, and what the scripture that came from, and what God was saying in those scriptures. So that's
so we definitely use the scriptures.
Go ahead, churches. Are you going to churches and letting them, you know, especially for youth ministries and stuff like that, you can provide them with the music and curriculums and get somebody that just is working that for you. Have you started that yet?
Not yet.
Just come up with ideas.
Thank you. We'll take it.
Come on. Help us out.
You were saying, come help.
So now we need to have somebody that just focuses on that. And there's so many churches, especially as we're going into the summer, you could set up for summer curriculum using yours with that music. Now I'm telling the whole world. I probably shouldn't tell you privately, but that's okay. You have it. And that's what I would do.
Listen, we can give them the ingredients, but they don't have the sauce. Okay. You don't look it like me.
So tell me, what was the motivation behind the name?
Stuff. Can you hear me? I think it's the screen or something.
Okay, there we
go. Great. The inspiration for that was the name came because we wanted to create a sound and create a different sound for each season of the year. And so God gave me the vision, say, hey, and to say, hey, I need to use you and your wife and your team to create a sound that doesn't, that sounds more versatile, and it's a different season for each time. So our goal is to, I'm not going to get too deep.
Well, it wasn't necessarily for every season of the year, but creating music that you can play in every season. So that idea
that's what I meant to say.
That music, certain songs during certain times feel a certain way. Like you might have something more jovial that you just think to your mind, this feels like summer. Or, like back in the day, you hear a song and it takes you back somewhere. So the idea of creating music for all seasons of life that can walk with you through different seasons of life.
Seasons of life.
Funny,
I like that.
That's so good. I have a song that takes me right back to my childhood in summer, and that's Sly Stone's Hot Fun in the Summertime.
Right.
Every time I hear that, I think of being in high school.
Right.
I mean, I can smell the smell. That's what music does. It's so, I can smell the smells. I can feel myself walking on the sidewalk. And Rance Allen's songs, because that's the era I came up in.
Yes.
And, and the Hawkins. I can tell you where I was and what I wore in some cases. That's what music does. Well, you guys, we love you so much.
We love
you too.
I really enjoyed it.
Thank y'all for having us on this amazing show. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. We have a really great crew of people that come on.
Yes. So you got Season Collective.
Visit us.
You got stuff, but you're gonna be coming out. What's currently out there now is
E. Dewey Smith as well.
Well, that's the project that
E. Dewey Smith. Yes, you got to go get E. Dewey Smith single. Go get that. Presence of Gift. And we have
What
Jesus
else?
Collective album. Album 1 is out. It's called All for One. It's called All for One.
Yes, and then we have the video and the single that we did exclusively for you version. It was the first time that they had music on their platform, and it was by Seasons Collective, and it's called Alive. The word is alive.
Wow.
Okay,
So,
we're gonna check that out.
yes, so that is a music video we shot for that, and we wrote a song that was exclusive for you version. So that's out as well. You can get all of those on any streaming platform that's out there, Spotify,
All the DSPs,
iTunes,
yeah.
it's available, Amazon.
Yeah.
So
All right, so
yeah, check
good.
us out.
See some
We
people
will,
on
we
Greendale on here.
Oh,
Ebony,
you know what?
everybody's on the head.
One thing I got to request. Jon Jon, you got to do a song that Claude and I can dance to. Because, we're dancing these days. And we got one where we got 1 million views.
The next album.
The next album is going to be that. I promise you.
I have something where we can move to it.
Yes.
All right.
I promise y'all. I promise you.
All right. Well, we're ready.
Okay.
It's coming this summer, fall. I promise.
Yes, we wrote a song called Yahweh. I'm very excited about.
Oh, I like the name
Okay.
already.
So that song and that one grooves.
It's an Afro beat. It's an Afro beat. It's an Afro beat.
Oh, I love an Afro beat.
Yes.
So we're gonna
You got the beat going. Okay, so we're ready. So we'll be ready for that.
That's
we
just a
love
part.
you. And pick up the phone when I call you, man.
Yes, ma'am. I promise I will. I love you. We love y'all.
Talk to Drea. Love you
Yes.
too.
Love you.
We love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello.
What's
Thank
up?
you so much for watching Carfitable
Yes,
Talks.
thank you.
Please remember to press that like button, and we need you to subscribe. And also,
Leave some comments. Really need to hear from you.
thank you.